out of breath because I just recorded my dance video. I'm gonna take these off. This is a good thing I did this. It's definitely good to practice yoga without socks on because picture yourself in down dog trying to do inversions and stuff like that. It's almost impossible. So your feet are very helpful tools to grip the floor with, and you can't do that with socks. So on that note, let's go over what we did last week, and then I'm gonna teach you guys a new sequence that is commonly used in everyone's yoga practice, almost on a daily basis. Some people even do this every single day for a certain amount of time. Sorry, hopefully you didn't get nauseous. Okay, so let's go ahead and start in a seated pose today. Again, same thing that we did. And I believe we talked about breath work last week. So I definitely would like to do that again today. Hopefully you guys have been practicing that, trying that out at home, seeing if you are able to quiet your mind and quiet your body as much as you can. And speaking of which, I know that it's kind of difficult to do with everything that's going on right now. A lot of anxiety, what's going to happen, what is going on, you know, what's the future of our country and the world and all these things. Especially as a kid, I can't even imagine how weird that might be. So it's really important that we try, and I think what's really helpful is focusing on the positive things in life that wouldn't have been any different if this was not going on. So what I'm saying is, even despite all of the bad, dramatic, scary, anxiety-provoking things that happen, we can still have things like the funny moments with your dog, or at school with your friends, or your sneakers, the ones that you picked out with your favorite color laces, or your favorite color Nike swoosh or something, right? Your bed sheets, which are super comfortable, or have your favorite character on them. My shirt with Daria, who is my favorite character. Look her up. Maybe some of your parents know who she is. I doubt you guys do. Anyways, she's the best. But yeah, it's important to focus on those things. And one of the things that happened to me in the past couple of days was I started getting really, like I said, I have an endless amount of art projects, right? I think we all technically do. There's always something that you can work on. But it seems like I was overplaying them and running out of options. Like, I'm like, well, what's really the point if I'm just gonna start a new one pretty soon anyways too? So I was getting into that mentality, and it made me just kind of want to stay in bed and be like, well, what's another day, you know? It's another day that is just gonna be the same as yesterday, basically. It's like Groundhog's Day, replaying itself over and over. But then I started to think about it the opposite way, like I was saying, in terms of looking at taking advantage of the opportunity, right? So it's super easy, and again, like I think I mentioned last time, doing the opposite action. So instead of thinking, once I start to notice those thoughts going on in my head, I'm like, okay, that's clearly a negative thing, like obviously. And it's easier said than done, right? I'm not saying that the practice of getting yourself out of this is easy, but you can acknowledge when, okay, that's literally a negative thought. I have nothing to do. Everything is bad. Like, those are all negative statements, right? So that's easy enough to notice those things, and then to kind of do the exact opposite and to see what is the benefit of this. Okay, well, I'm really bored right now because I have so much time. I reframe that into, I only have 24 hours today to get this project done. I only have 24 hours, and I have 24 hours to do something awesome, right? So that's every day at a time, but especially in those moments where you don't really feel like doing anything special and going above and beyond, and you think it's just a waste of your time and it seems really redundant. Those are the times when something like that is used. So hopefully you guys can find an opportunity to implement that practice. So you're sitting in bed and you're like, no reason, I might as well just stay here. There's nothing else to do. Okay, think of it like, I only have 4 hours. Give yourself 4 hours. That's 1/6 of the day. You have 6 more of those time spaces for the entire day. So you only have 1/6 of those hours of your whole day is devoted to doing something, and you only have 4 hours. So go get it done, right? Could be something awesome, and 4 hours is a good chunk of time, so you can really accomplish something cool. And I dare you to try. Figure something out. Maybe it's build a shelf I built one out of coat hangers and like a cardboard box. It's just something simple so that I could hang like jewelry and stuff on it, you know? All sorts of stuff. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. And so yes, let's come to a comfortable seat. Sometimes I like to just space out at the floor, or I close my eyes, but either way you want to be zoned out. So whatever it takes to do that. And just start to take some breaths, start following your breath, start setting up a pattern that you're going to follow for your entire practice. Inhales, you're reaching up. Exhales, you're sinking down, etc. during the whole practice. So find the rhythm of your breath. Don't force anything, don't change anything, it's just your breath. But keep it at this pace all class if you can. On your next inhale, come up to all fours. I'll face the side, you stay front and back, you don't have to move. Hands directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. On your next inhale, right leg back. Flexing my foot towards the ground, exhale here. Inhale here, just up and down, bob that leg a little bit, just stretching it out a little bit, feeling your muscles at work. And then exhale, release. Inhale, other side, left toes back. Flex your foot, exhale. Inhale, bob the leg. Exhale, release. All fours. Good. Again, inhale, right leg back. Exhale here. This time, inhale, left arm forward, opposite leg if you can balance. Try and balance. You need to keep that same rhythm of your breath. Make yourself as long as you can. Reach, front and back. Take a big inhale, reach harder. And exhale, release. Switching sides. Left toes back. Inhale, right arm up. Take another inhale and stretch. Exhale, release. Next inhale, drop the belly, look up. Cow pose. Exhale, around the spine. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Make some slow circles if you want, if that feels nice. As long as you continue following your breath, go both ways. Another inhale, drop your belly. And this time as you exhale, knees go wide, sit back, child's pose. Walk your fingertips forward on the ground, really get a good stretch underneath your armpits, along your side body, along your spine. Letting your hips relax and open up. Walk your fingertips over to the right. Continue that stretch. You'll feel it stronger in your left side now. And then inhale over to the left. Inhale back to center. Press back up to all fours. Curl your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. This is probably your first downward dog of the day unless you practice yoga, so go ahead and move your feet. Pedal your feet around, move around, get comfortable, start to stretch your calves. Bringing your heels close to the ground, pressing your palms into the ground and forward, down and forward so your heels get closer. You should feel a nice stretch in the back of your legs. Let your head be heavy, top of your head comes towards the floor. Keeping that breath. On your next inhale, shift forward into plank. Hold your plank for 3 breaths. Hips aren't too low, hips aren't too high, like one long board. Last one, inhale. And exhale, lower your knees and squeeze your elbows into your sides as you lower all the way down to the ground. All the way down this time. Good. Legs open a little bit wider. We're going to make a bind with our hands, make a fist behind your back. Tops of your feet stay down. Inhale, lift your chest. Pull your knuckles towards the back of the room. Head goes up. Flare up your belly button so you're resting on it. And exhale. Feet come together, hands under your shoulders. Head to the right, just for a second. Back to center. Next inhale, press up to a cobra. Hands can come off the ground. There's no pressure on my hands. I'm stretching my head forward and up. flaring up to my belly button again. Thighs squeeze together. One more inhale, look up. Exhale, relax. Pressing back up to all fours. Curl the toes, lift the hips, downward dog. Good, couple breaths here. Inhale, shift forward into plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Keep your knees lifted this time if you want to try. Inhale, this time go all the way up to an upward dog. Top of the thighs come off the ground, head looks up. Shoulders are down, pressing my palms into the floor, stretching my neck and my head away. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come to your knees or go straight to downward dog, that's fine. You can go to all fours or you can go straight to down dog. Inhale, shift forward plank. Exhale, chaturanga, lower. Inhale, upward dog, urdhva. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. One more inhale, shift forward. Exhale, drop your knees, open them up, and shift into your child's pose for a break. While you guys are here, I'm going to talk to the camera, so stay in your child's pose. What I'm going to teach you today, this sequence, I don't like the name of it, so we're going to have to come up with something else if you want to comment or whatever. Apparently that's a thing you do on YouTube. But it's called a sun salutation, a sun salute. Like I said, a lot of people do this every single day. There's some people that do even like the sun salutations like something like 120 times in a row or something every so often, like during the solstice. Anyways, it's basically to say good morning. That's how I look at it. It's your morning routine. And people, you can do it at any time, but this is a good way to wake yourself up kind of and say hello, and you'll see why. So in your child's pose, go ahead and take 2 more deep breaths. And on your next inhale, make your way back into downward facing dog. Okay, so from here, looking forward, look between your hands and come up onto your tippy toes. Now press yourself back with your hands like you're going back into down dog, but bend your knees. Take your chest, your belly to your knees. Now keep your gaze up between your hands and step your feet up between your hands. Right and then left, or left and right, that's fine. But make 2 straight legs. Then you're gonna reach up halfway, take my hands to my shin, and stretch my head towards one side of the room and my tailbone towards the other. So I'm not doing this, no cat, no cow, it's just very neutral. Deep breath, inhale. And then exhale, release, and forward fold. Put my toes together, my heels a little bit apart, that's fine. And then as I inhale, I'm gonna come all the way up to standing. Hands up, and hands down. Now we're gonna do the same thing in reverse. So I'm gonna reach up, look up, inhale. Exhale, flat back, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, halfway. Hands to your shins, stretch, 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 flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms, bend your knees. All of this is all in one exhale. Step back to a plank, all exhaling. Keep exhaling all the way down, chaturanga. Take a deep inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. That's it. Let's try it again. Couple breaths. All right, ready? Inhale, look between your hands. Come to your tippy toes. Exhale, take your chest to your knees, bend your knees. Inhale, step 1 foot up in between your hands, then the other. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Maybe a little bit of a back bend. And exhale, hands down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, flat back all the way down. Inhale, halfway. Flat back. Plant the palms, bend your knees, step back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Okay, take a second here. If you want to continue doing the step between your hands, that's fine. Otherwise, you can do this. You can take a look up here. I'm going to inhale to my toes, exhale, bend my knees, and jump up. And you might do that, and that's okay. And I would rather that you fall forward than be too scared to do it at all. So again, I'm in downward dog. Inhale, come to my tippy toes. Exhale, bend my knees. Inhale, jump right between my hands. Inhale, halfway. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. Little back bend. And this time all the way back down. Right away. Inhale up. Step it back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up. Press back to child's pose. Stay here for a moment. I'm going to talk to you again. So what we did there is the jumping forward thing. You know how I said you're going to do the same thing in reverse, so when you're going backwards, you can do the same thing. So when we're up here, we forward fold. Inhale, normally we would exhale and step back. This time what I'm going to do is jump back, but what I'm not going to do is this. Jump back to a plank. What I am going to do is jump back to the bottom of chaturanga, so the bottom of your plank. So I'm going to catch myself at the bottom, but I'm not just flopping to the ground. You know how at the end of, you're about an inch off the ground still? That's where I'm going to catch myself. So I'm up, I'm down, I'm halfway up, I'm here, and I go, yeah? Inhale up, exhale down. So if you're in child's pose, come back to downward dog. Let's try it out one more time. Let's try jumping up and back if you want. Otherwise, just step. That's totally fine if you don't want to try it. Okay? But I encourage you to challenge yourself. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, jump. Exhale, straight leg. Inhale, fall back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, little back bend. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, flat back. Plant your palms, jump to the bottom of the plank on a big exhale. Ready? Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. I'm going to check my time. Stay here for a second. Take a few inhales and exhales. Okay, perfect. So, really quickly, we're just going to breeze through a couple warrior poses and then we'll stretch and be done. So, from your downward dog, right leg up and back. You can bend your knee, stack your hips on top of each other. So I'm opening my hips all the way up. So my hips are not square. I'm just stretching out right now. And relax, release. Left toes up. Same thing. Maybe kick your butt a few times. Stretch it out. And relax. Right toes up again. This time, no opening the hips. Keep it square. Then step your leg all the way through till you come to a lunge. Now, I'm going to spin my back heel flat. So it's at an angle, and I'm not way out here. Here, I'll face this way. I'm not way out here. I'm not tightrope walking. I'm just like if I were standing up here, and I put my leg back here, and I was lunging, and then I angled my foot. Okay? So from there, I'm going to reach up. This is warrior one. I'm nice and deep here in this knee. This back leg is straight. Okay? Back leg is straight. Reaching up. Hips are not here, hips are not here, hips are center. That's why it's really good to do in front of a mirror so you can watch yourself, okay? So we're here. Now I'm going to open it up to warrior two. All I'm doing is opening towards my hips, so I'm not twisting. I'm going with my hips. I might have to shift my feet a little bit because what I want to see is if I look down at my feet, you can straighten your legs, relax. This back arch here, you see this, is in line with my front heel. So I'm not here, again, I'm not out here, not turned in, it's my heel to my arch. So if I were to stand like this, like a T, and then scoot this leg forward, and then bend it, that's warrior two. Nice deep bend, don't be lazy, don't be up here, you can do it. We got muscles, that's what we're doing here, okay? So, we have warrior one, warrior two. Got it? That's all you need to know for now. So let's go back to downward dog, and we'll go through a little flow. Or a vinyasa. It's been a while. So let's go to down dog. Let's try it on the right side. So right toes up and back. Exhale, step it through to a lunge. Round your back heel down. Inhale, arms up. Warrior one. Find yourself here. See if your hips are square, your legs are lined up, your back leg is straight, your shoulders aren't freaking out. Take another inhale, maybe look up, and then exhale, open it up, maybe shift your feet a little bit, bend a little bit deeper. This time, flip your front palm, reach forward like you're grabbing something, some food, and then you're scooping it all the way up and back. Keep the bend in your front knee. My hand is either right above or right below my back knee, not on my knee. Side body stretch, looking up underneath my armpit. Pinkies are spun towards my face, like I'm fanning myself. Come back up to warrior two. Take that front arm, rest it down on your knee. Rest your elbow on your knee. Back leg stays straight, and then my back arm comes up and above my head. I'm not dumping my weight. I'm pushing myself out of this front shoulder. Not this, but this. Okay, come back up to that warrior two. Now straighten both legs. Same thing, flip your palm, reverse it up and back. Looking, side body stretch, looking up underneath my armpit. Pinky is spun towards me. And come back up. Now this time I'm gonna shift my hips back. Do you see that little move there? Here, I'll fix you. So I was here, my hips go there, boom. I'm gonna reach forward with this hand. So I'm like splitting myself in half. Hips are this way, hand is this way. When I can't reach anymore, I drop it down to my shin, my ankle, wherever is comfortable, and the back arm comes up. Look up at your arm. Again, nothing down here. Stretching out of both shoulders. Now I'm gonna come back up to that warrior two, and I'm gonna windmill my hands to the ground, step my right toes back to a plank, and chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Let's do it on the left side. You stay there, I'm gonna move. Left toes up and back, inhale. Exhale, step it through. Back heel spins flat, warrior one. Hips are square. Shoulders relaxed, back leg straight. Not on a tightrope, not too far apart. Inhale, maybe look up. Exhale, open it up to warrior two. Maybe shift your feet, check and see if they're in line. Deep bend in the front knee, flip the palm. Keep the bend, reach forward, take all of that energy up and back. Pinky is spun towards my face. Come back up, and then up and over, elbow to knee. Hips shift a little bit. Pinky still spun down, still looking under my armpit. And then back up, straight legs. Reverse this one, up and back. This is a reverse triangle. Gee, I wonder why. And come back up, straight legs, hips back, reach, 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 and drop it in. Might be a little hard to balance at first, but you'll get used to it, and don't forget to use your feet. Use your toes to grip the floor. Come back up, warrior two. Hands to the floor, step back to a plank, chaturanga. Upward dog, downward dog. Stay right there. Let's do that all over again. Right side, left side. Don't give up. I'll give you a break after this, I promise. Right toes up and back. Exhale, warrior one. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Flip the palm in reverse. Reverse, warrior. Inhale. There you go. Exhale, elbow to knee, back arm up. Humble warrior. Inhale, straight legs up and back. Reverse triangle. Trikonasana. Exhale, hips back, reach forward, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Maybe that top arm can go even more far forward. Back up to warrior two. Exhale, chaturanga. Left toes right away, inhale. Step it through. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, shift the feet, warrior two. Reverse. Elbow. Straight legs. Trikonasana. Stay here an extra breath. Next inhale, warrior two. Hands to the floor, chaturanga. And child's pose. Take this time to find that steady rhythm that you had started class with. So check in with yourself. Make sure you're not speeding up your breath. You're in control of your breath. You can slow it down at any time, right? Might be a little difficult, but to slow it down, we just need to breathe deeper. So you got that. When you're ready, come up to your knees. Bring your knees together. And then come up to like a, I don't know what this is called, sitting on your knees, standing on your knees. Open them about shoulder width apart. Hands are gonna face like this on my back, like this. So fingertips facing up. Squeezing my elbows towards each other, hips go forward, head goes back. I can stay here, or if this is easy, I can reach for my heels. Slowly grab one side of your back at a time. And then back down. You can take a nice rounded child's pose with the legs together, hands behind you. Rolling it up, crisscross your ankles behind you like this. Hopefully you can see, like that. And then I'm just sitting like that, boom. And we're gonna take a couple forward folds, so legs straight out in front of you. Move your butt back, literally pick up your leg and move it back, move it back. So do you see how I'm already in a forward fold like that? And then what I wanna do is keep my feet flexed, sorry. I take peace fingers, quote fingers, grab my big toes, tops like this, like a bottle or something. Lift your chest, inhale, reach it forward. Exhale, pull yourself down a little bit, keeping a nice flat back. My toes are reaching towards my face is reaching towards my toes. I have a lot of energy in my arms. My arms are doing a lot of pulling. Keep the breath. Inhale one more time. This time as you exhale, point your toes, grab them. So you're folded in half. Wide-legged forward fold this time. Actually, let's do each side by side because I just really like those. You can keep your feet pointed or flexed, but it needs to be one or the other. Let's do flex today. So reaching up and over. Same thing that we did in those side body stretches where I'm twisting my hand, my pinky toward my face, under my armpit, looking under my armpit, and back up other side. And back up. Now to the center. Now I don't want to be back here on the back of my tailbone. I want to be on like top of it, so my tailbone is out and sticking up kind of. Sounds weird, but that's what you got to do. Don't let your toes, your big toes come into it. I can't even do that, but a lot of people, their hips turn their feet in like that automatically. So if that's the case, move your legs in a little bit. And try and keep your pinky toes closer to the ground. They don't even need to be on the ground. And then just relax. And I'll say this, if you were not in my dance class, stretching is about allowing your body to do all the work, right? We're literally stretching our muscles. It shouldn't hurt. It should feel like a good pain, like it's like, ooh, that's doing something right? I don't want to use the word pain because it's not a bad thing. It's a little sensation. It feels like a stretching. It feels like a rubber band stretching, right? So what happens if you do that to your rubber band too hard and too fast? It snaps. So you want to just ease into it. So if I have to start here today, that's fine. Guess what? I bet you the amount of time that we hold this position, you'll start to go like this. You'll get closer to the ground. Bet you. And then by next week, imagine the difference then. And then let's lay on our backs. Grab your elbows around your knees. Rock back and forth. This is called happy baby. Sounds silly. I'm just grabbing the outside of my feet, pulling my knees into my armpits, just relaxing and rock around. And then my favorite one is shoulder stand. So I can stay like this. The point is to kind of invert so the blood gets to your head. But you want your feet up. If you want to be daring and have fun, all the way up. Just grabbing as far up on my back as I can. You can do whatever you want with your feet, really. It's fun. And eventually bending your knees, bringing your knees around your ears, ear pressure pose. And then slowly roll out one vertebrae at a time. Bringing around your back. Shavasana. Just completely relaxing. Seeing which muscles have made the most dramatic change between being very busy and loud and now they're being still and quiet. And thank you, muscles. Say thank you to those guys. They did a good job today. Good to be grateful like that. Just take a moment to be grateful for what you just did. Earned it. yourself up to a seat. And namaste. See you guys next week.